people really need the help. Especially now what's going on in the city right now.
Yeah, the city turned up right now.
It's crazy.
When you're mass looting in Apple Store, there might be some unforeseen problems you run into. Mass looting has been happening in Philadelphia, and the Apple Store was one of the many targets. It's estimated around 100 people gathered together to go on this mass looting spree, and they wanted to get their hands on the new iPhone 15. The first problem is the iPhone will track your location. The second problem is the display iPhones and iPads being stolen all had anti-theft technology, so they weren't even usable. Once that was figured out, the looters decided to just smash the products they had just stolen, but of course everyone was recording what was happening, which really helps the police. So far, 52 people have been arrested and the police are still investigating.
With the looting that's going on in Philly right now, it's good that we kind of talk about like having a social media presence and things of that nature, because it was an influencer that had, you know, the looting and everything on her thing, and she got arrested. So having the power and to help people, but not to put people in jail or have them in a tight situation where they going to jail over nothing. It's good that to have certain things to help, because it's like nowadays it just feel like it's everybody running amok. It's just going crazy. So how do you feel about that situation and how it could have gotten better?
Well, I just think, like you said, man, if we had more systems, a better solution to just help people. I mean, we not looting because, you know, we got everything we wanted.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We not busting into the stores, snatching merchandise because we got it just, oh, my bad, we got it just back at the crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We not busting into the wine stores and snatching all the liquor, right?
I seen all that. I'm just like, everybody just want to take some Hennessy, all
right,
types of stuff, Casamigos,
right?
Y'all crazy.
But we not busting in those stores just because we got it. We got a nice bar set up in our basement,
right?
We're busting in those stores because we don't have, right? So I just feel like if we all had more resources to get to where we want to be, rather than doing what we don't gotta do and getting in trouble, however, like, you know what I'm saying, it would just be a better situation. What we don't understand is that we are really just tearing up the community, like we're like that we gotta see every day,
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying, we can make joke of it. We can make joke of, you know, yo, go snatch me something, I'm gonna hit all the boosters up and we're gonna grab. We can make joke of that, but then when we go outside and we looking at our communities all jacked up, and then we want to complain about what other communities is better. Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, at what point do we hold ourselves accountable and find just a better way to deal with what's going on? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, my bad, not to cut you off. No, go ahead. But I'm saying, though, if everybody was doing what they love to do, it would just be a better situation. It would. I'm telling you, this stuff was and I don't know if this is like a good joint or a bad joint, but I be so in my own world that this stuff was happening right underneath my nose, and I didn't even know what was going on.
I was the same way. One of the looting happened literally Tuesday, not too far from me, and I didn't even know what happened. All I knew was the stuff that happened down Center City. I didn't even know that looting actually happened literally 10 minutes from me, and it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yo, if we can get out there and help all 1,000 of those people start a business, you know what I'm saying? They'll know what it is.
To worry about that.
Look, they'll know what it feel like to run in somebody else's business. You know what I'm saying? They won't want their business ran into. Right. You know what I'm saying? If they had their own joint going on, they'll be trying to figure out how to do instead of be out there doing X, Y, and Z. So branded, man, listen, I'm just trying to help people, bro. Yeah. And you know, I got a piece for that. I'm gonna drop it for you probably at the end of this joint or whatever, but I got a piece for that pertaining to that. So yeah, that'd be a good joint.
And that's and another thing, being that I talk about mental health on this podcast and mental improvement, right? So you talked about the improvement piece. Now I want to talk about the mental health when it comes to certain stuff like that. So we come from an era, right, where when you was doing certain crimes, right, you wouldn't tape it at all. Like, you wouldn't even think about to pull out your phone, a camcorder to do certain things, right? So so my thing is, when you see this stuff on social media, because they try to make it normal, like, but back in certain times, you wouldn't even try to pull out a cell phone or Raheem on the corner, because Raheem might have to come see you. You know what I'm saying? So that me seeing that, and now the one influencer, I ain't gonna say her name, but
Because
I don't want to put too much on her, but now she had it on social media, and then she gets arrested. Now everybody making fun of her mugshot and all that type of stuff. So when I see these type of things, when it comes to crimes being videotaped and you doing certain things, I be feeling like that's low key like a mental illness, because you know you're gonna probably get locked up. You know there's facial recognition. You know this video gonna get shared to everybody. You know we not in the times now where people gonna keep it shut. All it is for the cops to say, yo, we want $20,000 for 100 people. How many people are gonna call up 911 for that money?
Yeah.
Nowadays, there ain't no snitching, all that type of stuff that's going on. So how do you feel about that, where you feel like it may be some type of mental thing going on where people want these type of clout things, but they don't even see the consequences that could come with it?
You know, you this like your second time bringing the situation up. I don't want to, speak on nobody else's situation.
No, I get it.
You know what I mean? But I will say this, as far as when it comes down to the mental health and social media, I had a thing, like probably like a year or two ago. I said to myself, well, dang, I'm reading people's statuses. I might have even said this to you last time we did the podcast. I said, yo, like I'm reading people's statuses and I see like that's like some people, that's all they have.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have nobody else to run to tell, to talk about.
No outlet, like we
You know what I'm
about.
saying? Exactly. So it's like, how can I get a quick response? It's like, how can I feel like what I'm doing is cool? Who can validate? And it's like, yo, if somebody else was telling you like, yo, time out, pause, you know what I'm saying? You better than that. You know what I'm saying? And not only is you better than that, how about using, your platform for something else greater than what's already being promoted and holding us down anyway?
Especially if you got influence.
Because listen, the thing is right, we worry about how other people view us, but we put it right. Like we do what people say what we do. We violent. You know what I'm saying? We destructive. You know what I'm saying? We act like cage animals, right? We do what people say that we do, and we put it right there in their face, and then we wonder why we get a certain type of scrutiny. Like why you scrutinizing us this way? It's like, you know what I'm saying? But just I don't even know what we was even talking about, but just people, man, they got to understand you can't just do certain things without a certain type of consequence. And we frustrated, like we mad about what's going on with the system, right?
Yeah. But
the thing is also this is how I feel. I'm not speaking for everybody else. I don't know how everybody else feel. I just know if you understand the system, there's no reason for you to be out there looting.
Say that one more time, please.
Please, you understand the system, you wouldn't be out there looting.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's just other ways to go about it. But I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understand why, and I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I understand why we loot. Is there other ways to say that we want justice? To say that we want equality? Is there other ways? Yes, there is. But I understand it because we are angry. We are upset. We are tired of seeing people get off. We are tired of the if it was one of us type scenario and the discipline that we will receive. We are tired of just that aspect of it because we've seen it done multiple times. Yeah. We are tired of just the countless lives that we done lost from police brutality, countless of times, from years and decades ago. And, it's like we keep taking the same hit. It's like, what do you want us to do? Yeah. Because look, though, what worked before may not be working now, the rioting and whatnot. Yeah. But when they rioted back then, we had a little bit of something. It wasn't much, but that's just what they do. Yeah. Give us a little bit of something, and then we back to being cool.
Right.
So we have to figure out how do we come together, one, and really start building stuff to not have a certain dependency on the system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to understand how we can come together instead of just coming together and looting. But if I was to ever had a chance to be at the White House or have the chance to talk to somebody that could really make some power moves, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, senators, legislators, like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
People, yeah.
I would say simply this. This is for the most loved, hated, for the country that's overrated. They say we have a freedom of speech, but then they get pissed when it's elevated. And the thing is, we tried to be peaceful. We tried to be silent. That's why I say I understand it. But those movements are over, and they wonder how we got the violence. It don't make any sense. They say solitude is the worst form of punishment. So why are they out here issuing lockdowns like it's a lockdown to prevent a virus that don't exist? To prevent a virus that don't exist. This the new Jim Crow. We hip to the lies. Can't fool us no more by putting it on paper because we could read between the lines. And we see the difference in our skin color. So we know what's the difference in lives. That's why we scream Black Lives Matter. Because no other race had to deal with the demise. No other race had to deal with the lies. And no other race is scared for their lives. That's why I pray every time I make it back home safe. Just to see a smile on my kid's face. Just to hug them and tell them I love them to their face. Depopulation at its finest. And we don't know what's next. Either we dying by a hand of a gun, a chokehold, or a knee to the neck. And we so used to hearing gunshots, we don't know who checked. So we hashtag I can't breathe to save the next person neck. Dig it. I said we hashtag I can't breathe to save the next person neck. And this is what it's like being black in America. This is what it's like being black in America. And they say poverty is the problem. Well, who built these ghettos anyway? Who said I had to do what you say? My ancestors died so I can live free. And after that, Martin and Rosa did their thing. So I refuse to be a slave. The oppressor can't press me. So I can continue to hide in the White House with their white lies and they blue eyes. We tired of the sequel. We no longer want to be happy. We want to be equal people. Stop baby feeding us like we can't handle the truth. Tell us the real plan. They already know what that unity do. Don't have us hop in our bags, reach new conclusions, and expose the truth. Because we matter beyond measures with our melanated skin. And if we can all just come together and rise up, because we hold the real power within, because we matter. And I think if people understood that we matter, it'd be a totally different vibe. Poem been done, but it'd be a totally different vibe if we all just understood like what we was here to do, like why we are here. It'd be a totally different vibe. But that's what I would say to the people, man. Yeah, man.
Fire, man. Fire, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you tapped on, and it's good that you tapped on both sides, because I think what you're trying to say is that you understand the anger.
Yeah.
And we can all understand that in this community. It's just that for us, we don't want it to be where basically you giving them a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing. And my whole thing was, if you, like you said, if you have the influence, don't be the person influencing the bad side of it.
Yeah.
Use your influence to do the good. You know what I'm saying? Because all it is, you become a meme, you know what I'm saying, when something happened to you bad. But if you did something positive, they'd be talking to you in a whole different light. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thing on it. But I'm glad that you gave that good poem, and you were saying something about the We Matter. I think you said you have something with that.
Which no, I got wear on. I said I got wear on. I do got one of the t-shirts on though right now. The We Matter t-shirts though with the PFB Roman numerals January 17th. underneath of it, the new logo. But yeah, though, I mean, that's all I got going on with that. I just wanted to get the people just to feel love, because I don't want people to think like, you know, I don't see what's going on. Like I'm just like I really just be in my. I know I be in my own little world, but I want people to understand like, yo, I'm going through the same thing y'all going through. I gotta keep going. I gotta stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And that poem really was to let people see like, yo, like he a real person. Like, you know what I'm saying? He sees this. Oh, not only do he see it, but he understand it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I said we tried to be peaceful, we tried to be silent. Like we did the silent marches, bro, where there was no violence going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we tried to be peaceful. We tried to be silent. But those movements are over. Even after we tried all we could, but those movements are over. Yeah. And y'all wonder how we got the violence.
It's basically
and the crazy part is, like I said, they issue a lockdown. They know that solitude is the worst thing. Like they know that, like when they put people in a hole, in like a jail. Yeah. They know that like solitude is like you can't be in there for I would say 15 days, no more than 15 days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was like no more than 30 now, like up in the States. I'm not sure.
I think I heard something about that where they can't keep them in a hole for more than 30 days. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know why? After a while, you start to go through it. If you're a
psychological,
yeah, if you're a person that's not used to just being in the crib all the time, you know, you got a car so you could drive around. Right. And you get to go where you want to go, how you want to do. Now they issue a lockdown. Everybody stay in the house. Don't come outside from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Like, you know, it's like, why issue a lockdown like we locked down? Like we in jail.
Right, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it feel like it sometimes. Trust and believe.
So like I said, if you understand the system to prevent a virus that don't exist, it's the new Jim Crow. And if people was hip to the lies, reading, they can't put it, because we could read between the lines. If you gotta like really feed yourself certain things. So these are just things that I'm learning, bro, that I want people to understand that I'm not just doing Get Over the Hump because I'm over the hump and I know the $1 million question. I'm trying to get to the $1 million. Right. But I know in order for me to get to the $1 million, it's going to be some things that I'm going to have to overcome. And I just share my personal experiences about overcoming when I do branded. It's some things that personally, the things that I did and branded. You know what I'm saying? The poem, We Matter. I'm right here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting y'all know that, you know, I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to help. You know what I mean? Let's come together. You know what I mean?
Definitely, you know, the unity part.
Yeah. So that's all, man.